Have you ever listened to an English podcast and understood almost everything? Maybe you felt proud. Maybe you felt excited about your progress. And maybe you thought to yourself, my English is finally getting better. I think many learners have experienced that feeling.
I agree. Understanding English can feel wonderful. You listen to a conversation, you understand the message, and little by little, your confidence grows.
Let's imagine a learner named Alex. Alex loves learning English. Every day, he listens to podcasts, he watches videos, he reads articles online. And after many months, he notices something. English feels easier than before.
That sounds like great progress.
It does. But one day, something unexpected happens. Alex is walking through his city, and a tourist approaches him. The tourist smiles and asks a simple question in English. A very simple question.
A question Alex understands?
Yes, he understands every word. The problem is not understanding. The problem is answering. Suddenly, his mind feels empty. He knows the words, he knows the grammar, he understands the question perfectly, but the answer doesn't come.
I think many listeners know that feeling. You understand much more English than you can actually speak.
Exactly. And if this has happened to you, please know that you're not alone. In fact, it's one of the most common experiences in language learning.
And today, we're going to talk about why this happens, and more importantly, what you can do about it.
Because sometimes, the problem isn't that you're learning English. The problem is how you're learning it. And that brings us to today's topic. Why silent learning won't make you fluent. Let's start with a simple question. What exactly is silent learning?
Well, silent learning is something many people do every day. In fact, some listeners might be doing it right now.
Really?
Yes. Imagine you're listening to this podcast. You're paying attention. You're learning new words. You're understanding our conversation. But your mouth never moves. You're learning English without actually speaking English.
That makes sense. And it's not only podcasts.
Exactly. Maybe someone watches YouTube videos in English, or reads English articles, or studies grammar, or learns vocabulary with an app. Those activities can be very useful, but they all have something in common.
You're receiving English, but you're not producing English.
That's a perfect way to say it. You're taking English in, but you're not sending English out.
And I think that's where many learners get stuck, because they spend months, sometimes years, collecting knowledge. More words, more grammar, more listening practice.
And then they wonder, why is speaking still so difficult? Why do I understand so much, but struggle to answer a simple question?
I think it's because silent learning feels comfortable. There's no pressure. Nobody is waiting for your answer. Nobody hears your mistakes.
That's true. Listening feels safe. Reading feels safe. Speaking feels different.
Because the moment you start speaking, you become vulnerable. You might forget a word. You might make a mistake. You might speak slowly.
And that's completely normal. Every language learner experiences those moments.
The important thing to remember is this. Silent learning is not bad. Listening is important. Reading is important. Vocabulary is important.
But if all you're learning is silent, something important is missing. Your voice.
And as we'll discover today, fluency begins to grow when your voice becomes part of the learning process. You know, Daniel, I think this is the part that surprises many learners. People often believe that if they understand English, they should automatically be able to speak English.
Yes. And honestly, that seems logical. If I understand something, I should be able to use it, right?
It sounds logical, but language doesn't always work that way. Understanding English and speaking English are actually two different skills.
Can you explain that a little more?
Of course. Let's imagine I say the word bicycle. Most listeners probably understand that word immediately. They can picture a bicycle in their minds.
That's true. I heard the word and instantly imagined one.
Exactly. That's understanding. Your brain recognizes something it already knows.
But speaking is different, isn't it?
Very different. Imagine you're having a conversation, and suddenly you need the word bicycle. Now your brain must find that word. It must pull the word out at the right moment, and then your mouth must say it.
So understanding is like recognizing a face, but speaking is like remembering someone's name.
That's actually a great example. Sometimes you recognize a person immediately, but their name takes a few seconds to appear.
And the same thing happens with English. You know the word, you've heard it many times, but when you need it, it doesn't come immediately.
Exactly. And that can be frustrating, because learners often think, I know this word, so why can't I say it?
I think many listeners have asked themselves that question.
And if you're one of those listeners, please don't worry. It doesn't mean your English is bad. It doesn't mean you're failing. It simply means your speaking skill needs more practice.
So maybe the goal isn't learning more and more English. Maybe the goal is learning to use the English we already know.
I couldn't agree more. Many learners already know far more English than they realize. The challenge is turning that knowledge into spoken communication.
And that's exactly what we're going to talk about next. Because speaking is not only a mental skill, it's also something physical.
And your mouth needs training too. Let's talk about something many learners never think about. Their mouth.
That's true. Most people think language learning happens only in the brain.
Exactly. When people want to improve their English, they usually focus on vocabulary, grammar, listening, reading, and all of those things are important.
Very important. But speaking is different. Because speaking is not only something you know, it's also something you do.
I like that. Speaking is something you do. It's an action. Your tongue moves, your lips move, your jaw moves, and those movements need practice.
It's a little like learning a musical instrument, isn't it?
That's a great comparison. Imagine someone wants to learn the piano. They watch videos every day. They read books about music. They study music theory. But they never touch a piano.
Most people would probably say, well, that's not enough.
Exactly. At some point, their fingers need practice. And with English, your mouth needs practice.
I think this explains why speaking can feel awkward sometimes, even when you know exactly what you want to say.
Yes. Have you ever experienced that? You create a sentence in your mind. The sentence sounds perfect, but when you try to say it, it feels slow or unnatural.
I think many listeners are smiling right now because they've experienced that exact feeling.
And if that's happened to you, please remember something important. There is nothing wrong with you. Your mouth is simply learning a new skill.
And like any skill, it improves through repetition.
Not through reading about speaking, not through watching other people speak, but through speaking.
One sentence at a time. One conversation at a time. One day at a time.
Because every time you open your mouth, you make the connection between your thoughts and your voice a little stronger.
And little by little, speaking starts to feel more natural.
Not because you've memorized more information, but because your mind and your mouth have learned to work together. Let's go back to Alex for a moment. Remember Alex? The learner who could understand English, but struggled to speak it.
I remember him. He listened to podcasts every day. He watched videos. He read articles. But speaking still felt difficult.
Exactly. And for a long time, Alex believed he needed more knowledge, more vocabulary, more grammar, more listening practice.
I think many learners believe that. They think, if I study a little more, then I'll finally feel ready to speak.
Yes. But Alex noticed something interesting. No matter how much he learned, speaking never seemed to get easier.
So what changed?
One day, Alex decided to do something different. Instead of spending all his time listening, he started speaking,
Even though he felt nervous?
especially because he felt nervous. At first, he spoke for only 1 minute a day. Just 1 minute.
That's much less than most people would expect.
Exactly. He didn't try to have long conversations. He didn't try to sound perfect. He simply started using his voice.
What did he talk about?
Simple things. His breakfast, his plans for the day, the weather, what he was doing at that moment. Nothing complicated.
So he focused on speaking, not on being impressive.
That's right. And after a few weeks, something surprising happened. The words started coming faster. Speaking felt less stressful. He stopped translating every sentence.
Because his mouth was finally getting practice.
Exactly. Alex didn't become fluent overnight, but he finally started moving forward. Not because he learned more English, but because he started using the English he already knew.
I think that's a powerful lesson. Sometimes the next step isn't learning more. Sometimes the next step is simply speaking more.
And for many listeners, that small change could make a very big difference. So, Daniel, if one of our listeners feels a little like Alex, where should they start? What is the simplest way to become more active with English?
Honestly, I would start with something very simple. Reading aloud.
Reading aloud?
Yes, many people read silently. Their eyes move across the page, their brain understands the words, but their mouth never participates.
So, by reading aloud, you're giving your mouth some practice too.
Exactly. Even 5 minutes a day can help. A short article, a story, a podcast transcript. The content doesn't matter very much. The important thing is using your voice.
I like that. It's simple, and anyone can do it.
Another useful habit is repetition.
Can you explain?
Of course. Let's say you're listening to a podcast. You hear a sentence you like. Instead of simply continuing to listen, pause the audio. Then repeat the sentence out loud.
Almost like you're speaking with the host.
Exactly. And don't worry about sounding perfect. The goal is practice, not perfection.
You know, there's another habit I really like. Talking to yourself.
I was hoping you would mention that.
I know it sounds a little funny, but it's incredibly useful. You don't need a partner. You don't need a classroom. You don't need anyone else.
You can do it while cooking, while walking, while cleaning, while driving.
You can describe what you're doing. I'm making coffee. I'm answering emails. I'm going to the store later.
Simple sentences are enough. Remember, the goal is not to impress anyone. The goal is to train your mouth.
And I think that's something many learners forget. Fluency isn't built during perfect moments. It's built during ordinary moments.
A few sentences today, a few sentences tomorrow, and then another few sentences the next day.
Little by little, those small moments begin to add up.
And one day, speaking English starts to feel much more natural than it did before. Before we finish today's episode, we'd like to give you a small challenge. Don't worry, it's simple.
And it only takes 1 minute. Just 1 minute.
When this episode ends, set a timer for 60 seconds. Then start speaking English.
What should they talk about?
Anything. Really, anything. Talk about your day. Talk about your plans. Talk about what you can see around you.
Maybe you can talk about what you did this morning, or what you're going to do later today. Simple topics are perfectly fine.
And if you forget a word, keep going. If you make a mistake, keep going. If you need to speak slowly, that's completely okay.
Remember, the goal is not perfect English. The goal is spoken English.
Because every minute you spend speaking is a minute spent building fluency.
And those small minutes become hours. Those hours become experience. And that experience becomes confidence.
So after this episode, give yourself 1 minute. Just 1 minute. You might be surprised by how much progress can begin with such a small step.
As we come to the end of today's episode, we'd like to leave you with one final thought. Please don't wait until you feel ready to speak English, because most people never feel completely ready.
Confidence doesn't usually come first. Practice comes first.
Every sentence you speak is a step forward, even when it's not perfect, even when it's slow, even when it feels uncomfortable.
Mistakes are not a sign of failure. They're a sign that you're using the language.
And that's something to be proud of. Remember Alex. His progress didn't begin when he learned more English. His progress began when he started using the English he already knew.
Maybe that's exactly what some of our listeners need to do today. Not learn more, just speak a little more.
Read aloud, repeat sentences, describe your surroundings, talk to yourself, use your voice.
Little by little, your mouth and your mind will begin working together.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us today.
We hope today's conversation encouraged you to take one small step toward speaking more English.
Take care of yourself. Keep learning. Keep speaking.
And we'll see you again very soon